I've got a Softwash expert here on the radio program. Garrett Bosqui, how you doing?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
I am living the dream. Thank you so much. Okay, this might seem like a basic question, kind of a duh, but I want you to really go deep and answer this question because I think it's a little deeper than what most people may think. Can soft washing remove algae and mold? And let me add a little bit to that. Permanently.
It's a good question. So short answer, yes. But it not only removes it, what soft washing actually does, because soft washing, let's just talk about what soft washing is for a second. So soft washing is the alternative to pressure washing. Instead of the blasting and eradicating of power washing, we're going to chemically treat the surface to kill all the mold, mildew, algae, break loose all the dirt and grime. It's going to just melt cobwebs. It's going to break up bugs' nests. We're going to rinse all that away with garden hose pressure. It's going to last 4 to 6 times longer than if you power wash it. We're going to use about a third of the water, and it's not going to erode the surface like power washing can. So that's kind of a definition of soft washing. So the answer is yes, it's going to kill the mold and mildew. And we actually have third-party tests out there that shows it kills about 99.8% of the bacteria that would be growing on the home. But very different from power washing, because power washing, okay, you sit there and you blast away at the surface and it looks like it's coming clean. And yeah, the green, the black, the dirt is gone. But what you really did is you just gave it a haircut. So the analogy I like to use is think about when you mow your lawn. Okay, you mow your lawn, you're cutting that down, and what happens? It grows back. Okay, you pull a weed. Okay, if you just kind of snap it off, the weed comes back and it almost feels like overnight, right? Like you look back at the garden, it's like, I thought I pulled those the other day and they're back already. Okay, so a lot like that, pressure washing is giving it a haircut. It's just kind of barely, snapping the weed off. What soft washing is soft washing is pulling the weed at the root so that the weed can't take hold again and come back. So that's why you want to kill the mold and the algae. It's a living organism growing on your home that's feeding off of your home. And so, yes, soft washing will kill the mold, the mildew, and the algae.
It's like cutting cancer out. You need to get the cancer out of the body. If not successful at that, it will continue to grow and ultimately kill that body. And I've seen people, I've even done this myself over the years. I don't do this anymore, but back when I didn't know about what you guys do, I would, I get a pressure washer out and try to clean something. I would take some water and some bleach and a scrub brush. And I'd be there on the siding and I'm like, gosh, this looks real good. And then a month or so later, I'm like, how come it's like reappearing like magic? It just right where it was. I'm like, I know I cleaned that. I've got pictures. I cleaned this darn thing. Yet what happened, I guess, is I temporarily cleaned it up cosmetically, but I didn't get to the cancer cells.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people do that. What's crazier about that too is you'll see where somebody power wash like what you just described, and it grows back in the same lines as where you power washed it, because all you did is move it around. That's really all you've done is you just moved the mold spores, and they're now tracking with the path that you power wash, whether you went left to right, up and down. Watch it sometime. When it comes back nice and thick, you'll see what we call the wand strokes from the pressure washer. The mold will grow in that path. It's kind of insane to see. But yeah, you gotta kill it. And so with the, the chemicals, we had our green wash and Terra wash. So some of the additives that we mix in with the sodium hypochlorite, and some people hear that word, they hear bleach and they kind of like, oh no, I can't do that. It'll kill my plants. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true. I can nuke your plants and just take everything out. But that's where when my guys go through 20 plus hours of training, they go through in-field training. You have to keep everything watered. And we do have proprietary, what we call plant wash. It's a granular that we're going to, mix in and spray on all your plants and vegetation when we're done. but you've got a living organism growing on your home. And in order to kill that, you have to use something like bleach to kill that living organism so that it doesn't come back in 3 months. So, if people that are telling you that they don't use bleach, they're lying to you. They're being dishonest. They're using a cover scent to try to where you hopefully don't smell it. But you should, like you mentioned before, when you clean your bathroom and you use that bleach, you get that, ooh, that's a clean smell. It's clean. Well, when we're done cleaning your home, other than the screaming dead algae on the roof that you're kind of like, ooh, that kind of stinks, it goes away. But you want to walk out and smell clean. And that really means that your home was taken care of.
So what you're saying, Garrett, in plain terms, there really is no natural product to get the result we want.
No, there's not. And I mean, there's products out there that you can spray on your home and they'll come clean in 6 months. But, who has patience for that? We live in an age of TikTok shorts and YouTube and all these, we've got about a 3-second attention span. So the likelihood that you're going to spray something and wait 6 months for it to come clean, you'd have to be one patient person. That's all I can say. Most HOAs after the nasty gram aren't going to wait 6 months for it.
Oh, no. They'll come after you for just one weed in your driveway. But anyway, That's a whole nother story. Garrett, thank you so much for joining me today on the program. I appreciate your expertise.
My pleasure.